just to get your thoughts on this as well. But what do you think are so in your research and in your research proposal and with the experiences that you have come across, do you think that there are any gaps or anything that like our city is kind of missing when it comes to supporting victims of violence?
Just to first of all start, I think just our city, but in general, there are a ton of gaps universally and in different healthcare systems that are very limiting when it comes to supporting sexual violence victims. I should say some of the gaps are the fact that crisis helplines are just being seen as the short-term solutions to support victims of sexual violence. We know that sexual violence normally tends to occur on a continuum where it could be at either a one-time or it could be from chronic to severe events. So I really think that some of the gaps are sort of the long-term systems or long-term resources that can be provided for victims, however that looks like, whether it be that organizations are coming together to find active solutions. And I really think that one of the major gaps is just finding the long-term solution to it. Because the short-term could be, I can call a crisis helpline if I'm a victim and seek for help. But the question is, what happens after I seek help and I leave? What are some of the resources that can support me? Let's say perhaps if the victim had a spouse that they lived with, how do I pick everything up and move on? What are some of the financial resources that is going to support me? How do I move on and live my life from that? So there's an amalgamation of so many things that I strongly believe that are gaps in our systems that the government, or even not even just the government, but our communities and organizations ought to implement long-term solutions that will help to mitigate the issues that are the gaps that are found with sexual violence support.